Good morning, namaste. Welcome to day number 6 of my 100-day self-connection experiment, where I meditate every day for 2 hours and then share a daily video with you guys. Today I'm just taking in the nourishment of the sunshine. This is just the angle that this video is happening at. The sun is very bright, so it feels good to kind of just let my eyes close. And this is also what's referred to as sunning. If you read any holistic eye healing book about naturally regenerating and healing the eyes and healing your vision, this is one way they talk about going about it, is closing your eyes and just kind of moving your face back and forth slowly, and just letting the sun relax the eyes. The eyes are very important to the nervous system. So the more you can relax in your eyes and deep behind your eyes, the more your nervous system tends to just unravel and heal. And healing vision, I've learned, is a lot about healing the nervous system. In these books I've been reading, a lot of vision is like, if we're not seeing clearly out here, there's probably something in here that we're not willing to see so clearly. And I know some of it can maybe be hereditary or genetics. But in my case, I have 2 parents who didn't have any issues seeing, and I know a lot of my issues with vision have really come from stress and anxiety, not being willing to see what's going on in here so clearly. So recently, over the last few weeks, I've been doing a lot of this work on allowing my eyes to heal and regenerate naturally. And so much of that is just allowing the nervous system to unravel, to relax, to come into the state of deep rest and relaxation. And real deep rest tends to happen when we disconnect from everything that causes us stress, causes us any angst. This can be social media, your phone, television, people in our lives that aren't in alignment anymore, perhaps. It can be a lot of things. And so for me, I just felt like today's meditation was the first meditation in 6 days where there was about half of it was really enjoyable. Really, I was just drinking in nourishment from the divine. I was just relaxed. I was actually just really enjoying it fully for about half of the period, and only about half of the period was I fighting it. Was I struggling with the meditation? Was I, in any sense, a little bit irritated? Whereas in the first 5 days, it was, I would say, in the first 3 days, it was like 90% irritation and annoyance with the meditation. And slowly that started to shift, and now it's about half and half. And I remember this from my first 100-day self-connection experiment, how it wasn't until about day 30, day 40 that the meditations got really enjoyable, to where I would wake up and look forward to it, be like, oh my gosh, how did I ever live life without meditating for 2 hours, first thing every day? And I can feel myself slowly deepening back to that point. And one of the things that helped me deepen my intention in today's meditation was last night, as I was journaling, I came up with the prompt of, what is the divine asking from me? What is she asking from me? And I felt so deeply that she's asking me to connect to presence. She's asking me to connect to this place of peace, of deep rest. And I felt that this is because the more I connect to presence, the more my energetic field is fortified. The more I feel full of life force. And therefore, the more I'm able to give, the more impactful my giving is. The more my videos come from this deeper place. And the more my videos can help others connect with presence, with a deeper place within them. And so I was feeling like what is for my own betterment is for everyone's betterment. And that is true for all of us. And so I was really feeling into that. What is the divine asking from me? And for me, she was asking for me to connect to presence, to open, to let my chakra centers open, to not contract so much with the thinking mind, because that's one thing that will drain the psychic energy, that will not help restore the you could say the psychic field or the energetic field. It's when we get lost to thinking. And I know in the first 5 days there was so much of that, and there was a lot of it today too, but much less. Much more time today was spent just feeling open, relaxed, receptive. I was just very much, I haven't been in as much in the receptive mode as I was today in a very long time. And you can't, the thing is, you can't be in the receptive mode when you're thinking, because thinking contracts. Thinking, you can feel it, you can like literally feel your awareness come into your forehead and contract. And that's one thing, talking about healing the eyes, is when you're contracted like this, it's like, it kind of wears out that area, like that you could say the central nervous system area right there. It just gets kind of taxing there. But if you just relax and literally allow your awareness to relax and to just melt, and to feel your crown open, your third eye relax and open, your throat open. And it goes all the way down to the heart, to the solar plexus, down to the sacral and the root. You can just feel all 7 chakra centers open. And when this is the case, truth can just flow into you and through you. And it's very nourishing. It's like you're first in line for it, so the truth flows in, it fortifies your field, it nourishes you, it helps you anywhere you're hurting. The light goes into any wounds that need attention, that need extra love. And then as you start to heal, as your cup starts to become full, as your cup starts to become overflowing, that's when this energy starts to move out of you. And that's when it becomes effortless to give your gifts. And that was the other thing I recognized, is the Divine Mother, she was like having this conversation with me. She was telling me, the more that you connect to presence, the more that these videos will flow through you effortlessly. Because yesterday's video was very hard for me because, I had just lived on the road for 5 days. My field was not very fortified. I was exhausted. I was spent. I was, depleted on all levels. So yesterday's video, it took quite a bit of effort. I was really, I got there. We did it. We did it. And it felt good to do it. It felt good to show up, even though I was depleted, which is true for about the last 5 days. Today's that first day on this 100-day challenge where I feel like, wow, I finally have deepened into presence enough to allow my nervous system to unravel, to unwind, and to allow my field to be nourished. I feel much more fortified today, and consequently this video is a lot more effortless. It's more like the presence is just doing it through me. I'm not having to kind of do this. It's just kind of a flow, right? And so that's the other thing I realized, and that's something I hope you guys take away in your own life, is the more that you're connected to presence, the more your creative endeavors, the more whatever you're passionate about will just flow through you all on its own. It won't require so much effort. And so, so today's meditation was just a lot less thinking, a lot more receiving, a lot more open, a lot more of this, I'm just happy to be doing this. And last night, as I was having the conversation with the Divine Mother, and she was telling me, Matthew, I need you to connect deeper to presence, more deeply to rest, to allowing the nervous system to heal. I ended up turning off my phone for like 4 or 5 hours and just going within and just being with myself. And at first there was like all this irritation and angst. Like, I'd just been on the road for 5 days. My nervous system was just kind of a little bit rattled. It was like when you're living and you're out of your car, there's always the next thing. There's always, everything's a big deal. like everything's a deal, you know? Like finding the shower for the gym, the bathroom, every meal, keeping the car clean and livable. I mean, there's always the next thing. Where are you gonna sleep, you know? And so my nervous system was like used to that, like, okay, where the next thing. And I think we can all get hyperstimulated like this at times. And so I was feeling last night, okay, just turn off the phone and just go within and just be with yourself, be with this irritation. And it was interesting. It wasn't until I was about 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours into this of connecting with myself that the irritation started to fall away and the nervous system started to relax, that what was actually going on deep underneath the surface finally started to come forward, where I didn't even have access to it before because I was in such an agitated and kind of frantic state, frenetic state, we'll say. So it's like the deeper issues weren't able to come up. A lot of our deep-seated wounds can't come up until our nervous system is relaxed, until we are really open, and until we are in this place of peace. So it was interesting as I started shifting more to that dimension of consciousness, of peace, of relaxation. That's when really deep stuff started coming up for me to see. And I recognized, oh my gosh, one thing I realized is, oh wow, what I ate today was horrible for me. Like I didn't even realize it because my nervous system was in such a stressed out state that I kind of lost all body awareness. And that happens when we're stressed out, and it was good for me to go through that again. To recognize, oh, when I'm stressed out, I don't even know what my body wants. I'm just eating anything. And that's what I did the last couple of days. And it wasn't until I connected to presence and depth and peace that I recognized, oh, my body's telling me something. It's speaking to me. I just couldn't hear it because I was so lost up here in like the noise, you know? And so it was beautiful last night to connect to presence, and I was like apologizing to my body. I was saying, hey, I'm sorry about that, but I'm here now. I'm listening to you. I can hear you. And I think maybe it was Rumi who said something similar. It's like only when we're silent can we hear fully. Can we hear the truth of our being fully? And so last night I was hearing these truths fully of connect to presence, so you can give more, connect to deep rest, so that your nervous system can unwind and deep-seated issues can come up for the light to heal, so that you can connect to your body's awareness or so you can have more body awareness about what it is that this vessel, that this temple actually needs, so that we can start treating this body as a temple. It's the only place we have to live, right? It's the only home we have to live in. I think Jim Rome or something said something like that. But yeah, so I just want to share that. Like today's meditation, they're starting to shift into more nourishment, more receptivity, more just deep relaxation, more of, ooh, this sounds nice, let's do this. And less fighting it, less irritation, less, oh, but I got to do this, I got to take care of that, this needs handled. And of course it helps to live in this beautiful home that I'm at now. It was really beautiful when I first got here. I was greeted by a couple cats. That's always a really good sign. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share today, guys. What is the divine asking from you? I love you all so much. I'll see you on day 7. Namaste.